Welcome back to our channel. I'm Sneha Bilala and this is Performance Testing Series. In this video, we are going to see how to create a new action block in an existing script, and we will also see how to control the sequence using run logic in the runtime settings while the script is executed. Let's get started. This is the script which was recorded in my previous session, and what I'm going to do now is, here you can see there are vUser init action and vUser blocks in my script, and like I said in my previous video, vUser init will typically contain the login, action contains the user activity in the application, and vUser end contains the logoff. If you have to add a new action to your script, you have to right click on actions and create new action, and let me name this action as add to cart. Like you can see, it adds a new action to my script, and if you have to rename an existing action, you simply have to click on rename and say checkout. So the action is renamed as checkout. Like if you can go here and see this, the action function is also been renamed. Let me add another action, browse and search. So this is how you add an action, and if you have to delete an action, just select the action, right click and delete action, and this will permanently delete the action from your script. Here you have an option to do a move up or down. Please note, moving the action blocks up and down here will not move up and down the sequence. Here it does not control the sequence on which this action executes, and that is controlled using run logic. Here if you can see the runtime settings under the Solution Explorer, or you can go to replay runtime settings. The shortcut is F4. So under runtime settings, run logic, here is where you control the sequence of execution in your script. Here if you move the action up and down, it will execute in the same sequence. Let us see the more details about run logic now. So in run logic, you can see there is an init, run and end part. So the init will contain vUser init function, the run will contain all my action parts in the script, and end will contain the vUser end. And here you can see the number of iterations here. So this will tell how many times our script will execute, that is iterate continuously in a loop. And LoadRunner supports a minimum of 1 iteration to a maximum of 2 power 31 minus 1, that is the Mersenne prime number. So LoadRunner supports that many number of iterations. Say now I am giving an iteration of 10. Here can you see the run, beside run it says into 10, that is this action, all the actions are looping to 10 times. And if you note, the init and end part will not be repeated. So when I say 10 iterations, what happens is each of my vUser will log in, they execute all these steps 10 times and then they log off. So the login and log off will take place only once. So whatever iterations are given here, it was only applicable for the action in between. Now if you have to remove an action from your run logic, you can do it by simply right click and remove action. So if you can see this, the action has been removed, and please note this only removes the action from the run logic, and the action is not permanently deleted from your script. If you have to delete it, you must delete it explicitly from the script. Here if you can see, if you have to insert the action back, you can simply click on insert action here and add the action back into your run logic. Now here you can rearrange it. First what we do is we search, later we browse it. So simply if you can move it up and down here. So this is how you arrange the sequence, move it up or move it down. Now the script will run like this. The user will log in, he will search, browse, add the product to cart and check out, later log off. So this is how you arrange the sequence in which your action will execute in your script. Now here in this action we still have two more options to set the group properties, how these action parts are going to execute. The first one here, if you can see on the right hand side, the group properties. One, sequential. This is the sequence. It will execute each of the block in sequence 10 times. That is, each user will iterate this actions 10 times. The next comes the random. If you can see, by default random splits the percentage equally across the actions. And please note, this is not the number of times the particular action is going to execute. This is the probability in which that particular action is going to execute. That is, the probability of the search function to execute is 25%, browse is 25%, add to cart is 25, and checkout is 25 respectively. And you can change the percentage as well. Say I just want to do the search for 20%. You just click on search and you go here and modify. So the search is changed to 20, and you see what this red mark in here, it's nothing but when you add the sum up of all the percent, it should equal to 100. Now now it is -5, so I'm just going to increase the percentage of browse to 30. See, the red error mark has disappeared. It means if you sum this up, it equals to 100. So please take care that the error mark shouldn't be here. Whenever you are splitting the random percentage to your action blocks, make sure it equals to 100 at last. So this is the random percentage option. Let me change it back to sequential. Now, like I said, all these action blocks are going to execute 10 times. Now there are scenarios where you will have to loop this into an outer loop. Say my outer loop will be 10 iterations, but my search and browse should execute 20 times. That is like you're going to put an inner loop. So to achieve such functionality, we have an option called insert block. So when I click on insert block, it inserts a block. And you can move the actions into the block. Say I'm going to insert my search and then browse in this, and I will add another block. See, by default it starts with 0. Now it is block 1. I'm going to insert my add to cart and checkout in here. So typically add to cart comes first, and my search. You can even move the block up and down like this. So let me remove these actions. So now if you see, what happened here is I am grouping these actions into an action block. And when you see here, these run logic settings are even applicable into the block. Like I'm going to iterate this 3 times and this will be iterated 2 times. Like you can see, now this has come into a folder structure, like this is my main folder and this is my subfolder, like that. And what happens is, this is the outer loop. Into 10 is my outer loop, and this into 3 and into 2, this block 0 and block 1 acts as my inner loop. So within this outer loop you have now 2 inner loops. Now what happens is, each user comes into my init, they log in, and as soon as they enter my run function, they go into my block 0. They search and browse for my 3 times as given in the setting into 3. Later they move to my block 1 and they add to cart and check out 2 times. And each user will repeat the same action 10 times. So this block concept is nothing but it is giving us an option of having an outer loop and inner loop, and this helps us to design more complex scenarios. And this option, sequential and random, is applicable both to the action high level and also at the block level. You can have a percentage of random in here as well and have a sequence for another block. So this is about the run logic in the runtime settings. Thank you. Thank you for watching this video. Do like, share, comment and subscribe to our YouTube channel, and follow us on the Instagram for more exciting stuff and have fun with the quizzes there. Bye-bye.